Hey, everybody, it's a big boy this week in the NFL. Brian Blessing, Todd Furman, Kenny White gearing up for Denver's visit to New England. Pats are 6.5. Total on the game, 51.5. We're seeing some 52s. The big rivalry, guys, Manning, Brady, Kenny, we talked about it earlier in the week. Different color jersey for Manning. But the Patriots laying 6.5 at home. Is it a game that gets back to the key number of 7 in your estimation?
It's a tough call, I think, in this game because Peyton Manning does have a big following. Patriots home, always very solid, but they're not great ATS-wise. 14, 13, and 1 the last 3 years. They are 25-3. They do win the game straight up, but covering, they're a coin toss.
This is the kind of game that bookmakers dream of. They'll have great two-way action in a Sunday late slot when you have two high-profile quarterbacks going head-to-head. Interesting note, though, on this game. You look at New England, who laid 7.5 in this spot in the playoffs last year to Tim Tebow. Now only 6.5 to Peyton Manning. One has to wonder if there's value to be had in Denver at a similar price.
As crazy as it may sound, maybe it's not that crazy. I think there's actually value on Denver on the money line. New England, trounced Buffalo in the second half, but that was just an anomaly. I mean, the Bills' defense was invisible. They're not doing that against this defense.
This is a little better defense. It is a step up, but Peyton Manning, I still think, with 4 games under his belt, trying to teach his offense. It's like trying to teach the Princeton offense to a basketball team. You know how long that takes.
Yes.
It could take 3 years for a team to actually pick up that offense. I think it's going to be a learning process all year for Denver. They will be much better at home against average defenses than they will be on the road against good defenses.
We've seen Denver perform extremely well in the second half of their home games, and a lot of that is attributed to the hurry-up offense in the thin air up there in the Mile High City. You look at New England and why they were so successful last week. They had 2 running backs get on track in the emergence of Brandon Bolden and Stephen Ridley. If they can run the ball effectively and establish play-action pass, this team is going to put up points, and they're going to do it in a hurry.
Well, that's the rub, because I really believe what happened in Orchard Park last week was an anomaly, and neither of these teams, I believe, can run the ball effectively. And barring that one-quarter blowout by New England on the ground, these teams are averaging about 80, 90 yards rushing, Kenny.
I feel the same way, though. Anytime Buffalo loses, it's an anomaly.
It hurts. I'm a Bills fan. No, but I don't think either of these. I think they're one-dimensional. I think both these teams are going to be throwing it all day.
Well, they got great quarterbacks. They love to throw the ball.
I think I'm surprised at Denver's reliance on Willis McGahee so far this year. The guy who I expect to get more touches as the year progresses is Ronnie Hillman, a talented running back out of San Diego State, a true game breaker. Well, McGahee's a nice change of pace guy, but he's not going to put the fear of God into any of these defenses.
Pretty high-profile game. I think the hand will be pretty salty on this one.
Todd said at the beginning, this is a bookmaker's dream, this type of football game with these 2 quarterbacks. Remember, Brady, 8-4 straight up against Peyton Manning in their 12 meetings. However, Peyton Manning has gotten the money 5-3 ATS the last 8.
It'd be real interesting. I know when you see these 2 quarterbacks going head-to-head, it's unusual to see a price tag this high. Some reservations about Denver's defense, concerns about New England's ability to establish that ground game that we saw last week. It's a toss-up in my opinion.
All right, it's going to be a great game. For Todd Furman, Kenny White, I'm Brian Blessing. As always, we thank you for stopping by DonBest.com. Enjoy this one, Denver's visit to New England.